Hey everybody, it's Dwayne here. Welcome to another episode of Snapshots from the Summit. 5 minutes of absolutely mind-blowingly amazing goodness that will enable you to unlock the money vault, flip the bird at the 9 to 5 and slash decades from building wealth. Now we're going to be a seagull all over the 9 to 5 today, or in plain English, we're going to crap all over the 9 to 5. What we're going to talk about are the perils, the absolute perils of a single source dependency. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, the worst number in the alphabet. Well, there are no numbers in the alphabet, but the worst number is the number 1. When we're talking about single source dependency. Now, we don't have to go very far to see all about the perils of only having one source of income. In fact, as I shoot this, we are still in the throes of the coronavirus. Yes, we have vaccines being rolled out, but the damage has been done, right? Now, there's two sides of the fence here. There's those people that are have been affected or impacted by the pandemic health-wise, and then there's, in my humble opinion, but it's also very accurate, is the fact that the economic fallout from the coronavirus is going to far outweigh those of a health nature. And the reason for this is exactly why we're talking about today, and that's the perils of relying on a single source of income. Now, if you get sick with the coronavirus, or someone in your family gets sick by the coronavirus, and let's say that person that gets sick is the sole income earner for your family. Now suddenly, or let's say that person doesn't recover from the coronavirus and passes on to the big resort in the sky, suddenly that income has disappeared. Poof, gone. Now, if they were earning your sole source of income, you are screwed. I mean, not only have you lost your income, but let's say you've got dependents, a couple of kids or whatever, you've got a mortgage to pay, and you've got no income coming in. Now, if they weren't covered, what if they weren't covered by insurance? I mean, you've got no payout coming out to help you, pay the mortgage, put food on the table, etc., right? This pandemic has really brought this particular episode to the forefront. The reliance on one sole source of income is a disaster. Absolute disaster. So many people have lost their jobs, right? Job is the worst source of income. Right? The worst source of income. So many people have lost their jobs. I mean, it's like a hammer blow to the front of the forehead, and it should absolutely wake you up that you must not rely on the number one source of income coming in, because you are in dire straits. I mean, you are screwed if that source of income disappears into the ether, right? So, what do? Well, you need to look for a way to create your own great escape, right? You have to unlock the money vault. You have to look for additional sources of income that are set up the right way, so that initially you put the effort in, but if you set it up the right way, then you have a small amount of effort that creates a leveraged amount of income coming in, right? So it's like, imagine it's like rolling a car downhill, right? So initially you've got to put in a bit of effort, but once you get that slope, over the hump, down the slope, then the effort becomes less and that car starts to pick up speed. That's how you want to look at creating additional income sources for yourself, so that if the job disappears or you get sick, then it doesn't impact the money coming in. We call them digital oil wells, right? Creating digital oil wells. Initially it's hard. You got to dig down through, keep going, and then bang, you strike oil. And then there's a gusher. And suddenly it's just like, you can't put a cap on it, right? There's just oil gushing out of the ground, and it's just hallelujah. It's black gold, Texas tea, as they call it in the Beverly Hillbillies. So I really want you to think about this. From the takeaway from this episode is the perils of relying on a single source of income. The number one, the worst number in the alphabet, remember? The worst number in the alphabet. So the question becomes, how can you add additional sources of income that don't require ridiculous amounts of effort continually for yourself, but creating a leverage source of income? Leverage is the key, right? Where once you get it going, it's like that oil well, right? It's like that oil well. Once you strike gold, it just gushes, and then you've got that money coming in whether you work for it or whether you don't, right? Now, if you want some help in creating your great escape, then reach on out. Below you'll find details on how you can get hold of me, and let's have a chat about creating your great escape and getting you away from relying on that single source of income. Okay, this is Dwayne signing off for the team here at Conquer Your Everest. I will be back with the next episode of Snapshots from the Summit. Till then, my friends, bye for now.